Hey everybody. I saw the teaser trailer for the new Little Mermaid movie and I was really happy to hear her voice. Like, I know Disney doesn't mess around when it comes to like talent and stuff, but her voice was beautiful. So I really loved that. Visually it looked amazing. I know that there are some people who like more simplistic and they don't like embellishments that much, which they've been doing a lot in the live action. Um, but honestly, like, come on, it's Disney. And I mean, if you're going to do a live action of a fairy tale, of fantasy, mythology, any of that kind of stuff, you might as well have embellishments. You might as well make it fantastical and as magical as possible. So I'm like, I was expecting, some sort of embellishment. So the extra when it came to, her fins and everything, like I really like that actually. Um, I mean, mermaids, there's mythology of mermaids all over the world and they are varied in their style, in their scales and everything, um and in some areas it's not so much mermaid as like sirens, which is different than a mermaid. Selkies, that's another one that's a little bit different, more the metamorphosis side. But anyway, so I was like, okay, cool. They're adding a bit, extra there. Her voice sounded amazing, as I said. I like that they kept the iconic red hair. Because I mean that is pretty classic for Disney's version of The Little Mermaid. Um, Now I know they don't mess around, so I really do hope this is the case. That I would love for the movie, I would love to see her bring her own flair to the character. The only thing that I've ever wanted in any of these live actions, which honestly I don't feel like we need them, but if they're going to happen, then okay, great. Like I'm still gonna watch them and see them. Some I did not like, and others, most of the others I did like. The two that I didn't like was Lion King and Mulan. It just Lion King, I don't know what it was. I could not even watch it once. My kids could not even watch it once. I don't know what it is. It didn't grab my attention. It just, there was nothing in that made me want to. I think it's because what I mean, like, there's a thing that I look for in all the live actions is whoever they have cast, like if you want to bring your own flair to the character, great, but I want the core spirit of the character to still be there, because you're doing like another version or variation of the story that you've already told, which is fine if you want to do that. And the Disney version of something, I mean, have you looked at some of the original fairy tales? Like, yeah, Disney really dumbed it down and really like leveled it out to be like really, really barely as horrible as the original, right? I mean, do you know the original Sleeping Beauty, for instance? The original Snow White or the original Cinderella? Yeah. So, I mean, Disney's definitely like made it, their own version of it. But if you have, license to do another variation or up the ante of your own creation, why not, right? But I think Lion King, I just didn't feel that vibe. Like it felt like completely different from the core spirit of the character. Like if you want to add something to it, great. Make it kind of your own version of it, but it just, please have at least some of the spirit of the character, right? And Mulan, it did not feel like Mulan at all. It just was like another martial arts movie, which there are millions of those out there. There really are. And I love those movies. It's just, it did not have at all the vibe of Mulan that I fell in love with as a kid. So I don't know. That's my biggest thing when it comes to these live actions. Or different versions of a character. And I say this as well as like, how many times have they done like Batman, Superman, the Joker? How many times have they actually done um different, very like people doing retellings of the same fairy tale but doing their own version? I mean, like, I read so many different versions of Beauty and the Beast. Like, that's my all-time favorite. The one by Villeneuve, the I know I butchered the last name, but she wrote the original in 1740, not the abridged, very watered down version that Beaumont did in like 1756. So I like the original version best. But I still love reading all the retellings, right? So, but as long as there's a kernel, just a little bit of the spirit core, like the core spirit of the character, that's what I look for. So, I really hope that's the case here. Like, I feel like it will be. I feel like Halle Bailey. Now, I don't know her from anywhere else. Okay, so like this is just me, literally reacting to this teaser trailer, of being like, she sounds amazing. She looks amazing. Um, I really hope that she brings like her own version, her own flair to the character, her own iteration. I just hope that there is a piece of the Ariel that I fell in love with as a kid, just the core spirit of her, right? So that's what I really want. Um, and I feel like I'll get it. I feel like I will. Um, but I just, that's what I always go into the live actions wanting. Like, just give me a little bit of that actual core energy that I felt with the characters. Um, I actually felt that with the live action Beauty and the Beast. I feel like Emma Watson did her own version of Belle, but also, like, I felt very much like it was Belle. Like, I'm seeing, like, if it could be a live action version, like that's a pretty good presentation of the character Belle that I fell in love with Disney's 91 version, the animated version. I mean, my mom started reading the original by Villeneuve, the English translation version, to me when I was real little. So I grew up listening to her read that, and then as soon as I could read, I was reading that kind of stuff. So when, you know, Beauty and the Beast came out from Disney, I was ecstatic. I was like, oh my gosh, it's another version of Beauty and the Beast. I love it. So yeah, so I did feel like the live action had the spirit of Belle. You know, she's still my favorite Disney princess. I love her. I also did love Ariel. I had lots of Little Mermaid merch, as well as Beauty and the Beast, like Belle. And then also, oh shoot, what was the other one? I had another one, but it's mostly Ariel and Belle. Those were like the two Disney princesses that I was okay with people buying me merch for, because I was not a very girly girl growing up. I did not do the whole, I did not like wearing dresses much at all. They always got in the way of everything that I wanted to do, which was mostly climbing. So I was really big on climbing trees, rocks, anything, the side of my house when I was trying to sneak out. Like, I was I was really good at climbing. So dresses kind of got in the way. But I did like certain certain items or toys that were related to them. And of course, like shirts and the tennis shoes. Yeah, I had light up Little Mermaid tennis shoes. You bet I did. And yes, I had the cassette tape A and B side that had nonstop songs from both movies, which I destroyed. That's how often I played it. I couldn't be revived. Like, that's, you know how often you have to play one of those and carefully rewind it, like again and again and again, to the point where it just snaps. That's a lot. So that's what I did. Yeah, I was replaying that stuff in my cassette player. Just like, that's how hardcore I was about those movies and those characters. So I feel like I will, but that's my hope, is I get to see a piece of the spirit of Ariel, of the character herself. Which I feel like I will. I feel like I'll see that. And yeah, then of course, what everyone keeps talking about, I don't care. That's a black actress. That's it. That's it. That's my statement. There's no but. Unlike some of the racists out there, there's no but. I don't care. I'm in it for Disney and the character. I don't care what the person looks like. Please just have a piece of that character's spirit. Please emulate that character and please bring a piece of yourself with it. That's all I ask. That's all I want. I want you to bring that character to life, and that's it. Whatever you look like, whatever your age, what it just no, just be that character, bring your own version of it, just there. And I will probably love it. That's what I look for. But I keep seeing some of these people like, I don't care, but no, no, no. There's no but here. there's no, besides that, no. There's none of that with me. Like, I straight up, I was like, she sounds amazing. She looks amazing. I hope that she can bring the character to life. I feel like she will. Good. Awesome. And, I did see the reaction videos of those little girls and I was crying. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like, I've never felt that, of course. Of course, I've never felt that. But, because I have so many characters that I could grow up to, they're my idols, they're my role models that look like me. So as far as that's concerned, I've never had that problem, of course. I've never, it makes me sad that has to happen. That like, not has to happen so much as that, like, that happens. And that's taken this long for it to happen, that there's that representation, and there needs to be more of that. And I get so, I've seen those videos, I really have, about people trying to complain about the integrity of the character. Excuse me. The integrity of the character? I don't think you understand what character means. I don't think you understand what the spirit of the character means. You are just looking for a visual aesthetic that you want, not what is reality. And then there's the people who try to explain it by science. Oh, now you like science. Well, scientifically, they don't exist. And then the whole, the original by hand. No. Because guess what? Mythology is not exclusive to white people. Mythology, do you know how many different iterations there are for, like, mermaids, for werewolves, for vampires, for, like, there's not one set country, like, there's various origins, there's just so many different versions of roughly the same creature or like creatures in mythology, but they're all over. It's not exclusive to, like, white people, okay? Like, that's, it just, I'm not like this person who can just spout off, like, tons of mythology or facts, like, on the spot, especially in front of a camera or anything like that, or in front of people, like, but I love mythology. I love reading mythology. I am writing a book series that happens to have a lot of mythology, actually more towards the end of the books, but still, like, there's still mythology in there, and multiverses and gods and goddesses, entities, and all sorts of crazy stuff. But I'm really into all that kind of stuff. I'm really into fantasy and sci-fi stuff. But that's why I love reading retellings, or when someone's like, hey, this story, but how about do it with this kind of vibe or this kind of culture? Because in this culture, they're represented in this way. And I love reading that because I'm like, wow, that's pretty awesome. Like, I love reading how in this country, this creature is presented in this way. So we're going to do a fantasy retelling, fairy tale retelling of it from this, perspective. And I'm just like, I love that. I love reading that because it's awesome. But just those people out there, they're trying to, like, justify their racism. And it's beyond ridiculous to begin with, but it's just like, dude, guys, seriously. You're showing your racism a bit strongly now, okay? I mean, people are showing racism a lot in big ways, and it's not cool, but it just, yeah, no, I saw the teaser trailer. I loved it, and I'm excited for the movie. I'm excited to see all the characters, not just Ariel. Like I want to see everyone. Like I would be excited. Um, but yeah, having to also come across those videos or the comments. Now, I haven't seen a lot of comments. Um, Mostly I've come across some videos online where those racist people, trying not to curse. I'm trying to be polite. I'm doing a great job, I think, by not shouting expletives like every other word. But yeah, no, seeing some of those videos. I have seen a lot of positive videos though, where people are saying a lot of the same things that I am in this video, that it's like you guys are so dumb, or you're just really, or they're tearing people down or tearing their videos apart. Look, it just, if you have to, if you say like, I don't care that it's a black person, but no, you do care. You're nitpicking, you're trying to justify your racism, you're trying to come up with all these excuses about why it's not great, and the center focus is going to be race because you've made it so. You started your statement with that. Not cool. It's but some of just the logic that people are trying to use, it's also very ridiculous. And for someone who reads constantly fantasy and sci-fi and fairy tales and mythology and is really into that stuff, and constantly researching that stuff for my own books that I'm writing, um like, dude, you guys are okay. People obviously have never read a book, um or know anything about any other culture, so they're just trying to push their own agenda. But I mean, anyone who sees that as like, okay, yeah, that's pretty obvious, but they apparently don't realize just how ridiculous they're being. And you're definitely showing, if you're going to be vocal about it to that point, you're showing your racism pretty strongly. And um I hope people see you for who you really are. I hope that all the people that you thought had your back see you being vocal in that way. And I hope they decide to walk out of your life. I really hope that. I really hope that people see you for who you really are. I also hope, this is the thing that I love hoping for people. If I want to be, I want to be like petty and get back at people, but not in like a violent, angry, hateful way, because I'm trying to not think those horrible thoughts. I'm trying to be good about it. I hope you are mildly inconvenienced in small but noticeable ways every single day for the rest of your life, to the point where it drives you insane and you wonder if the universe is out to get you or someone's targeting you and you become paranoid. To the point where you would become paranoid. Like, I hope all those people who are being absolutely ridiculous, I hope you are mildly inconvenienced in just the smallest but noticeable ways. Just be stubbing a toe, losing some change, just something's not sitting right with your table or chairs, or just this tiny little thing that's just mildly inconvenienced. I hope that every single day something bothers you and it nitpicks at you to the point where you are driven insane and you cannot stand it, and you wonder if people are out to get you and targeting you. Like, I want that for you. You're going to be racist. You're going to be like total a-holes. If you're going to be like horrible, horrible people, then I hope that for you. That there is a balance in life and that karma comes back on you. And I want it to be more than that. I really do. But again, I'm trying to put out more positive energy. I'm trying to be a little more diplomatic about it, not as aggressive or angry. It sometimes works. It's mostly working. At least today it did. But I mean, kids were not in the car, but I was definitely cursing some people on the road today. So I never honk my horn, but I will curse loudly. So when my kids are not in the car, when they are in the car, I just say, okay, mommy's going to turn the volume of the music up right now. But anyway, yeah, trying my best to not put out horrible, horrible energy. But I feel justified in putting out this, that I hope for those mild inconveniences every single day for the rest of their lives, and that people see them for who they really are and walk out on them, because they're showing themselves to be horrible, horrible things. I shouldn't say people, because they don't really, they're the dark side of people. Anyway, like the dark, evil side of people. All right, so this video is long enough. Sorry. I just had to do that long rant because people, things masquerading as people, pretending that they are decent when they really are not. So yeah, that's just how to do that rant. Anyway, I look forward to this movie. And Halle Bailey, you look awesome. You sound amazing, and I can't wait to see you in this video on this movie, and can't wait to see the other characters. I want another trailer. I want I want to hear the other characters singing and moving around. I want to see that. Like yes, I love Ariel, but I like the other characters too. I really want to see the other characters. I want to see Eric, and I want to see Ursula. Yes. Okay. All right. Bye.